Hello and welcome to Freya's tropical garden. We're now heading into October and the best of the summer months are behind us, but there's still a bit more time to enjoy our gardens. Here's what we've got coming up for you in today's episode. I visit the temperate and tropical orchid zones at Kew Gardens. I talk to Andrew Gaunt about his National Collection of Hedychium Gingers. And there is a new competition as well as the draw for my last one. But first, let's take a look at what's changed since the last episode. This month I held my first weekend plant sale, and several people came to look at my plants despite the unpredictable weather. It was lovely to meet so many of you, especially Suzanne, because without her tip-off I would never have known about the Chichester Gingers Open Day, which you can find out more about later in this episode. The weather this month has been quite variable, with plenty of downpours, which I know we've all waited all summer for, but now that they've arrived and they've brought with them the colder temperatures, it really does feel like winter is just around the corner. Try not to be tempted to bring plants indoors too soon though, as they can really struggle indoors for so many months, and it's best to leave them out until the last possible moment. This month has also brought some strong winds, and one casualty was my tree spinach, which snapped at the base. It had been a lovely plant, and although only an annual, I was hoping it would self-seed. Another sign that winter is coming is my Korea Marian's Marvel, which has just started to flower again. This plant flowers throughout the winter months, as well as keeping evergreen leaves, and although not reliably hardy in most of the UK, so far it has thrived in my Hampshire garden. My cannas have been the main source of colour this month, as they've continued to produce their vibrant coloured flowers. This red variety has only just started flowering this year, and while my canna Robert Kemp has been producing new flowers for a couple of months now, my canna Russian Red has not grown quite as tall as usual this year, after being dug up the year before, when I expected to move. But this is the best my Canna Tropicana has ever looked. It's grown taller, produced more flowers, and of course the foliage is also particularly stunning with its gold-striped leaves. My Begonia Santa Cruz is another plant that I dug up last year. While in my border it was always a reliable flowerer throughout the summer. But although not planted, I do still have it flowering, somewhat less impressively, in a small pot. My Trichurtis macropoda, or toad lily, has just started flowering, with these lovely, unusual, pretty flowers. This is a plant that copes well with full shade and is hardy and easy to look after, so it's a real surprise I don't see this more often around. My new Brugmansia, or Angel's Trumpet, which I brought from the big plant company last month, is still looking very happy, producing plenty of these large yellow bell-shaped flowers. This is a plant that can cope with low temperatures, but should be kept somewhere frost-free over winter. This dahlia might be Dahlia Lifestyle if its label's to be believed, but it didn't open fully this year. Unfortunately, just as my dahlia was starting to flower, the wind came, and although the stem didn't snap, it didn't recover either. My Cleome also suffered from wind damage, although unlike my dahlia, this hasn't stopped it producing flowers. Cleomes also produce lots of seed once the pods turn brown and split, and they really are easy to grow from seed, so it's well worth growing these as annuals. My Impatiens Aureocoma bicordata grows outdoors in the summer months, enjoying full sun and the fresh air. It's now producing plenty of these beautiful orange-yellow flowers that are almost orchid-like in appearance. And my Impatiens neamensis is also enjoying the same conditions. I'm rewarded with masses of these vibrant red flowers that look a bit like a curved beak, giving the plant its nickname, the parrot plant, or Congo cockatoo. My Salvia amistad is also just starting to flower, A little bit late this year as I planted it out quite late. But by this time next month, as long as we don't get any early frosts, it should be looking stunning. This is the first time my hibiscus carousel giant red has flowered, and it really hasn't disappointed. With this huge blood red flower that can reach up to 25 centimetres across. Each flower only lasts for a day, but as this plant grows bigger, it will produce more. I wanted to show you my Irisine herbstii rich gold star before the colder weather comes. This can be grown as an annual or brought indoors for winter, or you can take cuttings which root really easily in water. Just like its more colourful variety, the bloodleaf. They make beautiful low-level foliage plants to bring more colour variety into a tropical garden, and they really are very easy to look after. If you're not sure how to get the watering right, just wait for the plant to flop dramatically and then give it a good soak and it will pick back up. I also have 3 new plants this month. My Hedychium variety, which I picked up from my visit to Chichester Gingers, along with Hedychium maximum. You can see more about growing these plants later in this episode, but I really am very excited to pick up such beautiful plants for such a reasonable price. I've also just received this Musa Nono from the Big Plant Company. It's not a hardy variety of banana, but its beautiful pink leaves make it a really worthwhile option to try to overwinter it. I have tried to get one of these before, but this plant is much better established, and I'm hopeful of having better luck this time. If you have any questions about any of my plants, or want to know more about specific plants, please do let me know in the comments. Now it's competition time, and we've got the results of my last competition as well as the new competition. Last month I gave viewers a chance to win this Dracaena plant. There weren't a lot of takers for this, so I only had 1 entry into this competition. So congratulations to Palms Exotics UK. Please email freyastropicalgarden@gmail.com. Now, this month's competition, there are 3 prizes, so I hope we get plenty of entries into this one. We've got a Begonia manicata, Strobilanthes diariana, which is an absolutely beautiful plant that you can put outdoors during the summer months. And we have a Sansevieria, or mother-in-law's tongue. These are really easy to look after houseplants. The winner will get to choose which plant they would like, provided they email me within a week of the draw, and I will draw 2 runner-up prizes. To enter this competition, it's free of charge. Simply comment below, I live in the UK. This competition closes on the 17th of October, and the draw will take place in episode 10 of Freya's Tropical Garden. Good luck to everyone who enters. Next up is my visit to Kew Gardens, where we take a closer look at the temperate and tropical orchid zones in the Princess of Wales Conservatory. Nestled in the heart of London, Kew Gardens spans over 300 acres and houses the world's largest and most diverse botanical collection. Amongst its treasures is the Princess of Wales Conservatory, opened in 1987 by Princess Diana and named in honour of Princess Augusta, who founded Kew in the 18th century. This architectural marvel contains 10 climate-controlled zones. Within the Princess of Wales Conservatory, there are 2 orchid zones that reveal how climate shapes life. In the tropical zone, the air is warm and humid, mimicking rainforest conditions. Orchids here grow on trees, their roots exposed to the air, drawing moisture from the atmosphere. In contrast, the temperate zone offers cooler, more stable conditions. Orchids here grow in soil or mossy crevices. Their growth is slower, responding to shifts in light and temperature across the year. Sobralia leucaceana is a terrestrial orchid native to Central and South America, often found in the cloud forests with high humidity and filtered light. It produces tall, cane-like stems with pleated leaves and large, short-lived flowers, each bloom lasting only a day or two. Grow in bright, indirect light and consistent moisture, using a loose, moisture-retentive mix, and avoid overpotting. High humidity and good airflow are essential. Phragmipedium sedenii is commonly known as Seddon's Phragmipedium. It is a hybrid with parent plants native to South America. This terrestrial orchid produces pale pink flowers with a slipper-like pouch. Is one of the few frags tolerant of lower light. Keep in intermediate conditions, neither too warm nor too cold, with consistent moisture. Use rainwater or distilled water and avoid letting the roots dry out. This Coelogine is native to Southeast Asia, known for its arching sprays of fragrant flowers, often white or pale yellow. Many species bloom in cooler seasons. It's best suited to cool to intermediate conditions, with some species surviving outdoors if kept frost-free. Provide bright shade and allow slight drying between waterings, and repot after flowering. This Masdevallia hybrid is native mostly to the Andean cloud forests. They often retain the triangular flower shape and thrive in cooler, humid environments. They're ideal for cool, humid setups like terrariums. Avoid temperature spikes and keep roots moist but not soggy. It is sensitive to water quality. This Zygopetalum is native to South America. It produces waxy, fragrant flowers with bold markings and grows in a chain of upright, water-storing stems, each one helping the next grow. It requires intermediate temperatures with moderate humidity and bright filtered light. Water regularly during growth and reduce in winter. Maxillaria are native to Central and South America. They are a diverse genus, often with small fragrant flowers nestled amongst grassy foliage. They prefer intermediate conditions with dappled light. Keep substrate evenly moist and ensure good airflow. Some species tolerate cooler nights but not frosts. Paphiopedilum are commonly known as slipper orchids and are native to Asia. They are terrestrial orchids with mottled or plain leaves and pouch-like flowers, often single blooming. Grow in intermediate conditions with low to moderate light. Use a well-draining mix and water with low mineral water and avoid letting them dry out. Coelogine pulverula is native to Southeast Asia. It's an epiphytic orchid with pendulous inflorescences and pale, often fragrant flowers. It grows naturally in humid montane forests. It requires cool to intermediate temperatures with bright shade and water regularly during growth, but reduce watering in winter. It should be repotted after flowering. Encyclia orchids are native to Central and South America. They are epiphytic orchids with star-shaped flowers and pseudobulbs, which are structures used to store water. Their flowers are often very fragrant. They grow best in intermediate temperatures with bright filtered light and allow the substrate to dry between waterings and ensure good airflow, which is essential to prevent rot. Boracia gyroidiana is commonly known as the spider orchid and is native to Central America. It produces large spidery flowers with elongated petals and grows in humid forests at moderate elevations. It requires intermediate to warm conditions, bright shade and high humidity. Water generously during active growth and reduce waterings in winter. Bulbophyllum lobii, or Lobsbulbophyllum, is native to Southeast Asia. where it grows in lowland forests with high humidity. It produces large, waxy flowers with a hinged lip. It grows best in a warm or humid environment with dappled light. Keep evenly moist and ensure a strong airflow. It is sensitive to water quality, however. Thunia gattonensis is commonly known as Gatton thunia and is a hybrid from plants native to Asia. It is a deciduous orchid with tall canes and large showy flowers. It grows best in warm conditions during active growth. Water freely, then reduce after it drops its leaves. Store it somewhere dry and cool during dormancy. Vanda hybrid is an orchid native to Asia, known for large, vibrant flowers and aerial root systems. It grows without traditional potting media. It needs high levels of light, warmth and humidity. Mist the roots daily or soak them regularly. They're best grown in hanging baskets or in glass cabinets. Guarianthe skinneri, or Skinner's cattleya, is native to Central America, especially Costa Rica. It is an epiphytic orchid with leathery pseudobulbs and a showy lavender to pink flower, though this can also take a white albino form. It typically produces multiple blooms per inflorescence and is known for its resilience in seasonal climates. The genus Guarianthe was separated from Cattleya to reflect the subtle differences in growth and flower structure. In the UK, it requires intermediate to warm conditions with bright filtered light. Grow in a coarse, free-draining orchid mix. Water thoroughly during active growth, then reduce slightly after flowering. Maintain moderate humidity and ensure strong airflow to prevent fungal issues. In cooler UK homes, supplement with a gentle heat and avoid waterlogging. Repot every 2 to 3 years after flowering when new growth begins. There are a few dendrobium species here, many unnamed. They are generally native to Asia and Australasia. Dendrobiums form a large and diverse genus, ranging from cool-growing Himalayan species to the tropical cane types. Most grow sympodially, producing segmented stems, or canes, that may be deciduous or evergreen depending on the species. Flowers vary widely in shape and colour, often blooming from older canes. Some species rest after flowering, while others continue growing all year round. Not all require the same care, with some dendrobiums preferring a cool, dry winter rest to trigger flowering, while others thrive in warmer, humid conditions year-round. Provide bright, indirect light and good airflow. Use a bark-based mix and water thoroughly during active growth. Dendrobium hibiki is an orchid hybrid from plants native to the New Guinea region. It's a compact plant with clusters of magenta flowers and cane-like growth. It prefers warm conditions with bright indirect light, watering regularly during growth and allowing slight drying in between. Reduce watering in colder months. Of course, not all the plants in the orchid zones are actually orchids. Adiantum peruvianum, or the silver dollar fern, is native to Peru. It is a large maidenhair fern with broad fan-shaped leaves on dark stems. It prefers shaded, humid environments and should be kept in a warm, humid spot with indirect light. Avoid cold drafts and water with soft water and mist regularly to prevent the leaf crisping. Doriopteris palmata is commonly called the hand fern. It's native to the tropical Americas and is a terrestrial fern with palmately divided fronds resembling a hand. Often grown for its unusual leaf shape, it needs warmth and humidity, growing best in terrariums or closed environments. Keep soil moist but not soggy, and avoid direct sun. Coming up next, I went to Chichester Gingers to visit the National Collection of Hedychium gingers. I'm here for the Chichester Gingers Open Day, visiting the National Collection of Ornamental Gingers held by private collector Andrew Gaunt. Andrew grows these plants as a hobby here in Almoddington near Chichester. It's not a commercial business, however he is able to sell excess plants when he's divided them, therefore there's plenty of Hedychiums here available to purchase on the day. I spoke to Andrew to find out a little bit more.
Hello everybody, my name's Andrew Gaunt and I'm the collection holder of Hedychium Gingers. I hold the National Collection, which means I've got about 260 different species and hybrids of Hedychium Gingers. They are probably one of the largest collections in Europe of these plants. They're amazing plants, they're very easy to look after. Some are hardy, some are semi-hardy, and some can be grown like orchids as tropical plants. They're very easy to look after, so you buy the rhizome or a young plant, some you can put in the garden, feed and water them well, and they will produce a really strong growth and lots of flower for you. In the winter, I don't heat in here, so I wait for the frosts just to burn them, and I chop them all down to ground level and let them come again in the spring. You can keep them going through the winter, but very thin stems won't produce flowers. They're too weak for them. But if you feed them, look after them, then this is what the production will produce. A recent one is what originally was called rubrum. It originated in northern India, and there were only 3 photos on the internet, and everybody thought it was photoshopped because it was red, but recently it has been brought out and it is a red one. It was initially called rubrum because it was red, but since then we've gone back to the original find in Kew Herbarium, which had the 1820 specimen, which actually named it as Deceptum. So the red one now is called Hedychium Deceptum. You can order them as rhizomes. If they look a little bit desiccated, keep them nice and watered before you plant them to flesh them out again. You can buy the rhizomes early in the spring and then plant them, or you can buy plants already growing from numerous sources on there. If it's late season, then keep them in the pot and then plant them out in sort of early May once the frosts are over. And then once they get established, then you'll get a full display. If people want to order them, you can order them from me. I can mail them order out as rhizomes or as plants, but it's the first Saturday in September each year is my open day. You can come along and have a look at them all and see the full selection in full flow.
Hedychium densiflorum is the hardiest of all gingers, tolerating down to -18°C. It's native to the Himalayas, is compact and upright with slender orange flowers that emerge late in the season. It's ideal for temperate gardens where winter frost is a concern, and its resilience makes it the backbone species for cold climate planting. Hedychium spicatum is reportedly hardy to around -16° and thrives in well-drained soils. It's native to the Himalayas with aromatic rhizomes and understated cream to orange flowers. Its hardiness and medicinal history to treat inflammation, amongst other things, make it both practical and culturally rich, perfect for gardeners seeking depth and durability. Hedychium coccineum varies in hardiness from around -10 to -16°, depending on cultivar and the level of protection given. It's known for its fiery orange blooms and robust growth habit. This species bridges ornamental flair with cold tolerance, making it a versatile choice for UK gardens with unpredictable winters. Hedychium tara is a hybrid with bold orange apricot flowers and lush foliage. It's hardy to around -10°C and slightly less resilient than densiflorum, but still suitable for sheltered outdoor planting. Its vivid colour and structural presence with ornamental appeal. Hedychium coronarium is the classic white butterfly ginger, famed for its intoxicating scent. Native to India and the Himalayas, it prefers warmth but can survive light frost. Its fragrance intensifies in the evening, making it a favourite for sensory gardens and moonlight borders. Hedychium tresco is a cultivar selected for its strong perfume and vigorous growth. It's often grown in sheltered spots or containers to protect its tropical roots. The scent is sweet and pervasive, and its classification here reflects its primary appeal. Hedychium gardnerianum produces lemon-yellow flowers with striking red stamens and rich sweet scent. Though not the hardiest, it is a standout in late summer gardens. Its fragrance and exotic appeal make it a sensory centerpiece, especially in conservatories or protected outdoor spaces. Hedychium greenii is prized for its vibrant red flowers and dramatic foliage. It's less hardy, so often grown in pots or lifted for winter, but its vivid blooms and compact form make it a showstopper in floral displays. Hedychium ube is a rare cultivar with striking multicoloured flowers, often blending peach, pink and yellow tones. It's grown primarily for its visual impact, with blooms that feel almost surreal. Though not widely available, it's a collector's dream for colour and form. Hedychium wardii is a striking ginger species from Yunnan, China, with golden yellow flowers that stand out amongst the genus. Though not the hardiest, it thrives in sheltered spots and rewards with a vivid floral display that feels both exotic and refined. Hedychium luna moth is known for its beautiful white flowers that look like the moth of the same name. Luna moth is a compact ginger growing up to 4 foot tall and evokes delicacy and movement with flowers that flutter in the breeze. Hedychium orange crush is a butterfly ginger cultivar celebrated for its vivid tangerine orange flowers that bloom from summer into early autumn. The blooms are large, lightly fragrant, and add warmth and vibrancy to any planting scheme, especially in tropical or jungle-style borders. Hedychium aurantiacum rainforest red-backed has striking leaf undersides which reveal a deep reddish flush, especially in strong light. The contrast between red-backed leaves and the grey-green tops creates a layered rainforest aesthetic even when the plant isn't in bloom. It's a bold structural choice, adding colour and movement to a tropical-style border through foliage alone. Hedychium maximum is one of the largest Hedychium varieties, with tall architectural foliage that adds vertical drama, reaching almost 3 meters in height. Even without its lovely yellow flowers, its leaves create a lush tropical feel. Hedychium white clover is a ginger cultivar prized not just for its flowers, but also for its distinctive foliage. The leaves are broad, lush, and often carry a subtle silvery sheen. Even without blooms, it adds texture, movement, and a soft tropical presence to a planting scheme. Hedychium Tahitian flame is a standout for its variegated leaves, green streaked with cream or pink. Despite its stunning and beautifully scented apricot flowers, it's more about foliage, drama, and perfect for tropical themed gardens or container displays. Hedychium verity is another variegated form which was grown for its striking variegated leaves. It's a large, bushy cultivar, but it's not the hardiest, so it's best stored somewhere frost-free for winter. Well, that's all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and as always, please come back next time for Freya's Tropical Garden. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please consider subscribing and turn on notifications. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram or X for video updates as well as my flower of the day. And you can email me at freyastropicalgarden@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out my website at freyastropicalgarden.co.uk, where you can find a range of information including public gardens that I've visited and information on plants that have been shown on my videos. I've had so much fun making this video, but if you'd like to make a contribution towards running costs, you can do so via PayPal.